community. Today we're going to do 5 exercises to strengthen our arms and shoulders, and you can just do it sitting on an ottoman or a chair, anything firm where you can sit up nice and tall, or you can do it standing, and you can even do it kneeling. So we're going to just take light weights. You don't want them to be too heavy, and if you don't have weights, you can also do these exercises with no weights at all. They just help to open your shoulders and also help to strengthen your arms. So we're going to just start with the arms pressing straight down. These are, if you've ever done reformer exercises in Pilates, these are simulating those. So we're going to hold the weights in the pointer finger and the middle finger, and then on your exhale, you're just going to press your arms straight back. And when you do this, you're going to try not to move your shoulder blades. So this is a little bit more about stretching the front shoulder and then also feeling your tricep, the upper part of the back of your arm. If you notice my hands are really staying close to the ottoman or your chair, you don't want your arms to go out. If we're tight in our shoulders, typically to go back, our arms will start to leave our sides. So try to keep them by your sides and feel like you're pushing down and back. We're also trying to get in the lats, which is the underarm, and we're just pressing back, and 3 more, and 2, and 1. Now we're going to take the weights in our hands. We're going to bring our arms up to a goal post position. If you're tight in your shoulders also, so if you lift up and your shoulders start to shrug, you're just going to drop your elbows a little bit. They don't need to be too high. Nice grip in the weights, and then you're going to reach both elbows out away from your ears, and then just press back just an inch or 2. So we press out with the elbows and then back. We're trying to get the rear deltoid, or the back of our shoulder, and this one is not squeezing your shoulder blades. So whatever you do when you go back, don't let your shoulder blades move. You want to get just the back of the shoulder. I'll show you where. So you're reaching out, and then when you press back, you're just getting right here. Just a little bit in the rear deltoid, not the shoulder blades moving. So it's very easy to just be moving the shoulder blades all over when we do arm work. And Pilates really teaches you how to stabilize your shoulders and not just let them swing all over the place. And 3 more, and 2, and 1. Good, bring the arms down and just shrug your shoulders for 5 for a little rest. Think too, when you're here, you're sitting up on your sits bones. So your torso is nice and long, and your feet should be flat and firmly pressing down into the floor. Now we're going to do our rowing. We'll bring our elbows back behind us, and here is where you get to squeeze your shoulder blades. So we inhale, you go forward, exhale to pull back. This one too, you can really do without any arm weights at all. So if it feels heavy, you can just put the weights down and do this with no arm weights. Pulling the elbows back and squeezing the shoulder blades together. 3 more, and 2, and 1. Good, bringing the arms down, and this time you're going to lift and roll them back for a stretch, and up and back. So it's that same motion, sort of pulling them up, down, and around, and pulling them in together. And the next one, we're just going to do a little twist. So you're going to keep your you can place your one weight on the floor. You'll keep your left hand on your knee, straighten the right arm out. You're going to keep your feet, your knees, and your hips still, and then on your exhale, you're going to twist and look over your shoulder as you bend your elbow back. So it's a little bit of arm, and then a lot of the trunk is moving. So here we get oblique, and we get the back of the shoulder, and then we're also getting a little bit of, hopefully, some more neck mobility. So a lot of times we tend to not look over our shoulders or look back, and our necks can get stiff, especially with all the cameras being put in the cars today. We don't really have to do much. So try to look over your shoulder, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good, place the weight in your left hand, put your right hand on your left knee, you'll start straight out. Again, when we're going, you're gonna keep your hips, your knees, and your feet really still. And then you exhale to pull your elbow back as you twist your trunk, and you're gonna try to look over your left shoulder. Try to keep your head up and back, and try not to round forward as you're twisting, and gently push into the feet and squeeze your knees together. So we're working again, the back of the shoulder, the arm, and then our obliques. And 3 more, and 2, and 1. Great, and now we're gonna take both weights up, and we're just gonna do an upright bicep curl. So to show you this way, you're sitting up nice and tall. Be careful that you're not leaning back, because that just gets you into your hip flexors and not your abdominals enough. So you're gonna pretend that your elbows are just on a shelf, and you inhale to straighten, and then exhale, you're squeezing your weights to bring your arms in, and you're gonna really just feel like you're contracting your bicep, and then releasing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now typically our biceps are strongest part of our arms because we use them lifting all day. So if you'd like, you can pick up a heavier weight here. So if you'd like, because our biceps tend to be the strongest part of our arms, you can grab heavier weights for this one, or just do a lot more reps. I really like to keep my hand weights on the lower side so I don't overuse my shoulders.